A checklist, a loyalty test, and a new question shaking the NATO alliance. Is America now dividing its closest military partners in categories? Ladies and gentlemen, not based on geography, not based on military strength, but based on something far more sensitive. Here we are talking about loyalty. A nice or naughty list inside NATO, that's what we are talking about. Yes, reports circulating in political and defense circles suggest a very controversial idea that has emerged inside Washington's strategic thinking. A kind of informal scorecard. Allies are being evaluated based on how strongly they supported the US position during the ongoing Iran-linked regional tension. Now, this is not an official NATO policy document, but the idea that is being discussed is it is symbolic and it is politically explosive. A ranking of allies, in fact, a measure of cooperation, a test of alignment. But in simple terms, what this means? In this narrative, countries are being mentally grouped into two broad categories. Those who supported US-led operations and strategy, and those seen as hesitant, cautious, or divided. And according to this framing, countries like Poland and Baltic states, they are often described as more aligned with Washington's security approach. While larger Western European powers, they are sometimes portrayed as more cautious in a direct military involvement, threatened by Iran. But again, these are perceptions and political narrative, not any formal NATO classification. Well, the most important factor, the Iran war context. This entire discussion is linked to the heightened tension involving Iran, specifically around maritime security in the Gulf region and strategic waterways like the Strait of Hormuz. In such moments, alliances come under a lot of pressure because the key question here, who is willing to act and who is willing to wait? Well, here's the message from Washington. According to reports and statements attributed to the US defense leadership, including Secretary of Defense Mr. Pete Hegseth, there is growing emphasis on the shared burden. The message being highlighted, it's quite simple. The US does not want to carry the full security load alone now. The allies, they are being encouraged to contribute more, whether in defense operations, whether in logistics or regional security mission. So here's the shift that is being projected here. For decades, if we see, NATO has operated on a core principle, right? An attack on one nation is an attack on all the nations. But what happened this time? The current debate, it reflects something different. Not a change in treaty language, but a change in political expectations here. The idea that support is no longer purely automatic, but increasingly tied to participation and cooperation this time. And you know why this is causing a lot of tension here? Because NATO has always relied on trust. Trust that members will stand together in crisis. But if allies begin to feel they are being ranked or judged, it raises an uncomfortable question. Who decides the ranking? What counts as loyalty and what appears if a country disagrees with the US strategy? And these are not any small questions. No, they go to the heart of alliance politics here. So, Europe, it is in a very delicate position. Europe today is balancing multiple pressures, security dependence on the US, economic and political differences among the members, and growing global instability. So even the perception of loyalty tests, that definitely adds friction here, because NATO unity, it is not just military that we talk about. It is also psychological. In fact, it is also something that challenges the traditional beliefs here. Well, what is fact and what is framing? That's the real important question. Is it important to separate confirmed policy from the political narrative? Though there is no official NATO-issued naughty or nice list, but there is ongoing debate in Washington about burden sharing and allied contribution.